Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm the Tape Master, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this super cool cardboard sword based off of the Percy Jackson book series. Now, I kind of have a plan on how building an assembly is going to go. Now, I'll give you guys a quick demonstration. So, on a sword, the hilt is anything past the base of the blade. So, the crossguard, the handle, and the pommel at the bottom. So, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way to the top. So the blade is going to be the last part we put on. So first step is to get something for us to grip onto. I have a bunch of these giant craft sticks lying around. So I think what I might do is get a stack of them, line them up, and this is just might be my handle. This is going to be a 1.5 hand sword. So you can swing it with one arm, but you can also use 2 hands if you really need to. At the beginning of the video, I told you guys that this sword was made of cardboard, and I have no shortage of cardboard. Look at this. Let's see. All this. That's all cardboard. Over here, there's a bunch of boxes back there. So I got plenty of materials to work with. But some of this stuff isn't exactly sword material. This one's pretty sturdy. But this piece is strong. Best part, the corrugation runs this way, so it can't bend like this. It's already long enough for a sword blade. So I think this is the piece to go with. So instead of making the hilt right now, I'm actually going to make the blade and tape the hilt onto it later when the blade is fully fastened. That way I don't have to worry about sticking this in here because it's already really tight, and then putting a blade on top of this, because this way the blade can hug the top of what I made as the handle, and then this will be secured on a flat surface that is the flat of the blade. Alright, let's get this sword shape cut out. Wait, what do I want this sword to look like? The Percy Jackson sword. Okay. So Percy Jackson's sword, apparently, it's like a wide-ish at the bottom. Then as it moves up the blade, it pinches. Then it gets bigger again at the top until it comes to a point. But this doesn't have to be exactly like Percy Jackson's sword Riptide. This can be whatever I want to make it. Does it? Alright, so this is going to be the basic shape of the sword. This is just a rough sketch because I'm going to put a slit along the entire shape with an X-Acto knife, and then I'll punch it all the way through, carve it out, and then I'll have something to attach more of my inserts into the handle we made. Got it cut out. I think it looks pretty good. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but I can actually fix this. So the next step is to cover it in duct tape to give it a little bit more support, but not just duct tape. I'm going to use some of these. I kind of put them along the length of the blade like this to give it some structural stability, because now it's a little bit flimsy. Yep, see that right there? That's not good. If you read the Percy Jackson series, you know that their swords are made of celestial bronze, and I have some bronze duct tape right here. So I'm going to be putting these down on the blade and putting this around it to make sure it's nice and sturdy. The first layer of reinforcements is finished. I say first layer because one layer of these sticks is not enough support to keep it from being flimsy. So one of these so one group right here, it's mirrored on each side. So we have one here, and I got one in almost the exact same place on the other side. So if I bend it right here, it's not going anywhere. But between two stick groups, still pretty weak. So I'm gonna pretty much overlap everything right in between here. And that'll give it lots of support. Alright, everything is double reinforced. We got a strong, sturdy blade going on here. Alright, so see, if you look, there's a gap underneath this guy right there, and then this guy comes over on the top and fastens everything in place. So the backbone of the blade is 100% stable. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a quick status report. So the sword and the blade and the handle are now semi-connected. I still need to properly secure these craft sticks down at the top of the handle and base of the blade. I'm kind of merging it together right now with the rest of the blade. And once I do that, I can get started on the cross guard. Okay, I'm about to show you the simplest method I know of how to make a crossguard for a sword. By the way, how does this look? I think it looks pretty cool. But anyway, it's not done yet. So first we're gonna take just 2 of these, put them mirroring each other on each side, then we just put a strip of duct tape across it like this. Once we get them all the color we want, do on the other side, and then we just pinch them together at the end like this on either side. It's almost done. Scoot out a little bit. How does this thing look? Pretty cool, right? So the entire handle and crossguard is black. I might change the crossguard to silver. I have some silver duct tape lying around, or I might paint it. Whatever the course of action may be, it's almost done. It's looking really nice. One problem though, a little bit wobbly. It starts, I think its origin is right between these craft sticks that join the handle to the blade. That's like where the wobble is like originating from. So I'm gonna bulk it up right there. Cover this in more electrical tape for a better grip, and it'll be done. Okay, took me long enough, but the sword is complete. Fully bronze blade, and I was able to beef up this spot right here, so the wiggle is not nearly as bad anymore. Black duct tape covered crossguard, and I wrapped up the entire handle with electrical tape, giving me a nice solid grip. So at the end of every project, you always want to evaluate what you made. So after a short evaluation of this sword, there is one problem. I don't know if you've realized, but look at this blade. This happens, I swear, like 7 times out of 10. The handle comes up, the crossguard is crooked, and then the handle is crooked from there. In case you can't really see, here, I hold it here. Yep, you see how it's kind of almost leaning towards me this way. Flip it, and it's going that way a little bit. Holding it this way isn't quite as bad, but this is the way I would hold it anyway. But I think I might be able to use this imperfection by advantage, because if the blade is slanted this way, that gives me more of like a bite when I'm hacking into armor or an opponent, whatever it may be. Not that I'm actually going to hit anybody with this. Definitely wouldn't do that. But were this to be a real sword, that might actually give me an advantage in battle. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I made my Percy Jackson-based hand-and-a-half sword. Drop a like if you haven't already, and subscribe too to see more videos on how I make cool stuff. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.